Sorry it is so dark. Adds a bit of ominous eeriness, does it not? Yes, this is my pitch video for the funding website Indiegogo. If you're wondering why I am a bit slow, it is because I have not developed my broadcasting voice. But I am here to basically say that the project I'm announcing, or trying to fund, it's called Nessie. Yes, it's about the Loch Ness Monster. And it's going to be a very complicated project. The budget I'm thinking of is 100,000. I don't know why. It may be too low. It may be too high. Or it may just be right. But the idea behind this is basically Hammer, the famous horror film company, in the 1970s tried to make a film called Nessie about the Loch Ness Monster, and it was going to be about the Loch Ness Monster is awakened or mutated by a chemical called mutane 4. And mutane 4 causes Loch Nessie to reawaken and destroy an oil rig. Kind of like that Doctor Who episode Terror of the Zygons. But on a much wider scale. And it was going to be a co-production between Hammer, Ewan Lloyd, who was another independent film producer at the same period, British producer, produced a lot of films like The Wild Geese, The Sea Wolves, Who Dares Wins, manly adventure films was his kind of forte. A couple of westerns too. But he was going to do it, and then Toho, who make the Godzilla films and made loads of monster movies as well as Kurosawa movies and everything, the top Japanese film studio, they were going to do it, co-produce, and they were going probably to do the effects, which would probably have been glove puppets. Now, the film, then David Frost, yes, David Frost, who probably literally had breakfast with Hammer having literally breakfast with Frost, basically decided that they were going to do a 4-way co-production. The budget, I believe, was £4 million or dollars, and then it shot up to 8 million. Obviously, I'm not asking for that money. By the way, that was £4 million then in the 70s. By comparison, Star Wars, the original Star Wars, was made on a budget of 10 million. Well, this was going to be budgeted 8 million. So, roughly similar amount. So I am planning to do this, and even if I don't get as much money, I'll probably, hopefully the plot is to get as. But my concept for the film is very quick. To do it pretty much as it would have been in the 70s, but I'm not trying to get I'm trying to get a reasonable effects look. I'm not trying to do it like Larry Buchanan's Loch Ness Horror, in which Nessie is an inflatable puppet. No, I'd probably do a glove puppet or something very realistic. I don't want to look cartoonish. Do models and stuff. So that's going to cost a fair bit of money. So I've decided that I will produce the film myself, direct it, and possibly write it. And my idea for the film is similar to what Hammer envisaged. I think their idea was going to be that Nessie goes all across from the North Sea down towards France, towards Spain, down to Africa, then across Cape of Good Hope into the Indian Ocean, through Asia, and then into the Sunda Straits in Indonesia, and eventually getting into, apparently I've read somewhere, some people say it wasn't, some people say it was, a plesiosaur breeding ground in Indonesia. Now, I don't think I'll have the budget for that. And I'm not going to use CGI, for one thing. Maybe I'm backing shots, but not for the monster. Not for the monster, because I'm trying to keep it as 70s as possible. Maybe a 70s setting, if I have the money. I'll just keep it in a kind of vague period. But, because Hammer's version involved a TV crew, which is possibly what I'm going to do. But my plot is that Nessie escapes and causes havoc in the North Sea, and then possibly not in Indonesia now, but in France perhaps, in the Atlantic, possibly in the North Pole, eventually goes up and attacks a research base. So, yes, I am writing a script right now. Hopefully it'll probably cost a week. I don't know if it probably won't be a very concise script, because I like to, meddle with things and add stuff. So I always think. So yes, Nessie to be directed, written by, and produced by George White. If anyone's out there and wants to help, come on in. See ya. Boo! Yes, I'm in bed.